Hello, I'm 2Chains and I'm going to be doing a video on how to be trained as a warlock. There are many strategies that you can go about to use when being trained. However, I'm going to be discussing a few of them in a couple games. In this first game, I'm going to be demonstrating how to go without casting almost at all. The reason for me being able to do so is just using soul shards to instant cast dots and swap them between targets. Keeping your dots out on everything possible will generate a lot of soul shards in which you can just then use again to instant dot. Although I do not fear much in the first game, I am able to generate a lot of pressure with just keeping dots out on everything, along with many CC on the Shaman, such as CS and Shadow Fury. In the second game, I'm going to be utilizing Gateway and going for Shadow Furies on both TPS and Interferes on the healer. These are two strategies that I often use when playing arenas and allow me to be trained while still being able to pick up the victory. Alright, so in this game I'm going to go ahead and show you guys an example of how to kite well and how to just live off your soul shards. In doing so, I'm able to go throughout this whole game without casting almost at all. However, I'm still going to be getting CC on the Shaman by using CS and Shadow Fury, and sometimes Palaterra. So enough talking, let's go ahead and just get right into the game. Alright, so going into the game here guys, I really want to try to get down the demonic gateway. However, I was unfortunately sunshot by the hunter, and I was lead charged by the warrior. So at this point, I really just need to get down my normal portal and continue to kite. Seeing that there's a stampede on me, I know that once the warrior and the hunter along with the stampede get in range of Shadow Fury, I'm just going to Shadow Fury all of them. I renew my dots because of Demon Soul, and I just put dots back up on everything. I go ahead and renew my dots on the warrior because the shaman dispelled. Alright, so I want to show you guys something here. As you can see, healing stream is down, so that's one that really lowers our kill potential. My shaman's in a trap, and I just came out of a shockwave with stampede and the hunter with cooldowns on me. So at this point, I should be really looking to port, but not only did I port, I soulburn ported, and I was able to kite far enough away to put the warrior in a bad spot and to overextend the shaman out. So once I did soulburn port, I just went ahead and kite across the other way so that if any of them want to touch me, they have to overextend all the way to the other side, in which will bring the shaman out, in which will lend to us getting CC on him. I kited all the way across the other side of the map. As you can see here, the warrior is brought out, the shaman is brought out, and at this point, I can push in on the shaman again and just get my dots on him and just continue to do massive damage. With him on me, I know that if I just fear blanket, they will not be able to get out of the CC, and it will be able to have the effect of just letting us stay offensive. In doing so, I am able to renew my dots on the shaman and just continue to go offensive. Knowing that the shaman has Ascendance up, it's best to just try to CC him, so I throw a Shadow Fury out and I kill the healing stream. Killing healing stream is very important to get him pressure against any shaman team, especially when you are getting trained. Trying to keep my dots up on everything, I go ahead and renew them on the warrior, I throw them on the pet, and then I swap them over to the hunter. I notice that the hunter has sack, so I know that I'm trying to just go back on shaman with a blanket CS and I fully dot him. I see that healing tide is up, however I'm not able to just kill this with Fell Flame, so I just try not to worry about it. I prefer to keep my dots up on everything to try to generate as much soul shards as possible. I went ahead and got Fear on the shaman, however it was trimmered, so I went ahead and ported and ate the trap for my shaman. This enabled my shaman not to have to use trinket and for me to be able to stay offensive through their cooldowns. After knowing that the hunter had no CC left for my shaman, I just went ahead and pushed in. I see that healing stream is down, so I really would like to get in there to do it, however I'm being trained so it isn't as easy as said. Pushing back in to trying to renew my dots, I noticed that I was in trouble, so I went ahead and just popped my heals so that I could just stay offensive this whole time. I see that the healing stream is down still, however I'm just not able to get to it. I go ahead and throw out a triple fear and that grabs Tremor Totem. Seeing that my shaman's dots were halfway falling off, I went ahead and just soulburn dotted them and then swapped them back around to the whole team. This was able to grab deterrence from the hunter. I just went ahead and just got the grounding and renew my dots out, and then I went in for the Shadow Fury. I was able to Shadow Fury that heal and the hunter, so I just continued to push in. We then were able to push in and put a beam on the rest of the shaman and got the kill. I just wanted to point out here the balance between kiting and pushing in. If you noticed, I had to kite for the first half of the game, However, once I was able to get the pressure rolling, we were able to push in almost the whole entire rest of the game. This led to us getting the kill at the end. In this next game, I'm going to be showing you how to not only kite well, but also use the advantage of a gateway. Gateway is very important when being trained, so it is always good to know when to use it. As far as who we're going to kill, we can pretty much kill almost anything as this comp. However, the most common kill target would be the hunter. The next would be the warrior, and the following would just be the shaman. Killing the shaman would be very hard, so as you can see here, we're just able to kill the hunter at the end of the game. Getting into the game, I go ahead and get that demonic gateway up. My monk was able to sap the warrior so that he wasn't able to charge me out of his lead. I go ahead and just throw my dots on the warrior, however I was shockwave. I then see Skullbender down and Recklessness with the trap on my monk. Along with Stampede, I just instantly went ahead and just popped my heals. The reason for going this far out is so that when I pour it away, the warrior will not be able to get to me instantly. So here we go. I poured away and I'm able to kite the warrior for this little bit amount of time, in which my monk was able to top me in. Once I'm topped, I instantly just run back in and I try to get dots up on everything to keep my shards at the maximum. I see that the shaman ascendants, so at this point I really just want to try to get control on team, as I know that there's not kill potential at this point. I just continue to try to keep my dots out on everything, including the pet. We have already started to gain pressure from doing so. I know that I need to get a fear on the shaman, however, pushing in will put me in a very bad spot, so I go ahead and just wait for the right time. I'm able to Shadow Fury the DPS and go for the fear on the shaman. Since he dispelled the UA, he was able to sit in that fear before trimmering, however it broke to damage. Noticing that everybody's stacked up and I have Halaterra, I just firstly go ahead and throw out my dots and just go ahead and Halaterra here. This grabs Berserker Rage from the hunter and Dispel from the shaman. However, the shaman was feared and hexed on it to prevent so. In doing so, we were able to get Deterrence and Healing Tide. This is very good because not much more cooldowns are left before we can get the kill. I went ahead and just renewed my dots on the shaman, put out elements on him. At this point, I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible. I see that my monk is CC'd along with my shaman, so I just go ahead and gate out, as there's no point of me being in there. I go ahead and throw up my dots out on everything, and I see that the warrior is already back on me. I try to get them stacked up so that I can Shadow Fury both, and I was able to do so. Knowing that the shaman has a healing stream, I'm really just trying to push in as it is in my line of sight. I go ahead and Fell Flame it, and then I try to kill it, however I wasn't able to do so. And then it expires, so then I just once again just go ahead and get my dots back out on the whole team along with elements. I swap my dots back to the shaman. At this point I'm really just trying to generate shards, and we were able to force deterrence from that. I'll go ahead and throw out a Halaterra. I noticed that the warrior is going well, however he did use shield wall. So I know at this point there isn't much kill potential in the warrior, however I just continuously put my dots out. Keeping my dots out on the warrior and the hunter and the shaman is very important in this game. I see that there's a healing stream down, so I just instantly go ahead and kill it. I just want to go ahead and pause it right here, and I want to show you the whole idea of pushing in the kill healing stream. Knowing, one, that I'm not going to be able to get much CC on the shaman is pretty huge. Knowing that I have a warrior on me, I have a hunter on me, they have shear, they have grounding, they have trimmer, they have so many ways to stop me. Me being able to kill healing stream is very beneficial to our team. Healing stream is one of the #1 heals that a shaman can put down, as it can crit a little bit over 50k. Continuing on with the game, I'm just getting my dots back up. I really need to keep my dots on everything. As you see, I don't have any soul shards, so I need to get them on as many targets as I can in order to generate soul shards and in order to live off procs. I saw that my shaman was feared, and I knew that a wyvern was coming on my healer, so I went ahead and just gated out, and I began to kite the warrior. I throw a Shadow Fury on the warrior, I redot the hunter, and I'm trying to just push right back in to get in range of my monk. I did get pretty low, so I went ahead and just popped my heals just to be safe. Knowing that the other team doesn't have many cooldowns left, there's no point to lose over me being too greedy on my defenses. I went ahead and threw out the fear and was able to grab Trimmer along with Windwalk Totem and Earthbind Totem. The shaman knew that I was trying to push in to get more fears on him, so he went ahead and just used those totems in order to kite me and get out of there. At this point, I'm really just getting my dots right back out. There's really not much other to say. I'm just trying to generate procs from these dots. So I go ahead and throw on the shaman. I noticed that there's a healing stream. However, I know that it's pretty far away. So I'm just going to go ahead and push in and try to kill that. However, I wasn't able to do so. At this point, once again, I'm just trying to keep my dots out as there's not much else to do. I tried to go in for CC on the shaman. I was able to howl that heal and grab Tremor Totem. I wanted to also make a side note about what just happened. Even though I knew that the shaman had Tremor Totem, I was able to use Howl at the end of a fear cast as almost like a wind shear on the shaman. In doing so, I was able to prevent a heal and put them further behind. This is very smart and very good to do against any shaman team when they have Tremor. Continuing on with the game, I once again throw my dots out, back up on everything, and just continually to push in, knowing that we have the pressure at this point. I do not want the pressure to go at all away, and we were able to grab word cooldowns there from our pressure being so high. Seeing that the 2 DPS were close, I went ahead and went for the Shadow Fury. However, I missed it on the warrior, so I just threw a blanket on the shaman and we were able to pick up the kill on the hunter. I hope this video was able to help you understand how to be trained as a warlock while still generating pressure and getting the victory.